Hi, I'm Brian Day at fitnessbyday.com. I'm going to do a quick tutorial of the dumbbell press. So, grabbing the dumbbells. Important thing to know with these, stack them right on top of your legs, leaning back, and setting yourself up like this. Something that is worth noting is that your back has a natural arch when it's in its most stable position. So in previous years, long ago, I would have clients do whatever they had to do to get their back flat. But what we're really doing there was getting their shoulders kind of set up for a position where they were curled slightly forward. So I encourage you to keep your feet flat on the ground. If the bench is a little too tall for you, you might find a short step or something, but for most people, you're able to keep them flat on the ground. Then, what I would suggest doing is driving backwards with your feet just slightly. You're applying a little bit of tension on the bottom of your shoulder blades. So you're not getting a mega arch in your back, you're maintaining a natural arch, but bracing your core to maintain stability. Then pressing back through your feet, driving like your head towards the back of the bench just slightly. What that does, it helps to keep your shoulder blades in a position where there's plenty of room for the head of your humerus, the front part of your shoulder, to operate on the press. So for any of you who, like me, have a history of martial arts or whatever, and you've got your shoulder has been through a lot, like mine has, I find pressing with this position here, slight arch in the low back, core braced, slightly driving back through my feet, keeping my shoulder blades planted with that tension that's created by my shoulders on that bench. Helps to me stabilize my shoulder and keep the pressure out the front part of the shoulder capsule there. On the way up, it's important you can just load them right on top. These weights I was using here are relatively light, so I was able to just kind of stack them on my hips and just sit up. For if you're using a heavier weight, one of the things I often instruct people to do as well is actually to kind of bring them in, tip them forward. Now, regardless of how heavy that weight is, all it's doing is just anchoring your legs in place while you sit up. Then you can put them back down to the ground. If you're working through a shoulder history, we have pain in the front of your shoulder in the past, putting the dumbbells down from a lying position is not an easy or recommended thing to do. And then also, when you get strong enough where you're using a heavy enough weight, just sitting up with a heavy weight can be something that really is not going to be viable. So those are just some of my tips on how to dumbbell press in general, but then also if you have a history with your shoulder, how to dumbbell press and avoid irritating any issues you have in the front part of that capsule. Anytime I can be of service to you, please feel free to reach out to me at fitnessbyday.com. Thank you very much.